What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, this video is for the numbnuts in the back that just simply talk for the sake of being able to talk, because they can on social media, and they don't be held accountable. So yesterday, I did the video with the announcement that former WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight world champion, now junior middleweight title contender, superstar boxer, Errol the Tszyu Spence Jr. is making his ring return after a 3-year layoff at 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. And he's going to face off against Australian superstar in Australia, superstar boxer, Tszyu, who's the son of a legend, former WBO junior middleweight world champion. And I stated that that fight is going to take place in Australia. They're pushing for Tszyu's team is going to be the lead promoter on it. It'll be on Amazon Prime pay-per-view with the PBC. But Tszyu team controls everything because PBC don't have a budget. They don't have the money. So the fight is going to be in Australia. Obviously, Tszyu wants the fight to be in Australia. So I'm not happy about that. The return of American superstar boxer after 3-year layoff. And then, as I put the video up, as usual, typical low IQ boxing fans come in the comment section complaining, talking about, well, Errol Spence needs to get his get back. What? He ain't fighting Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence needs to prove himself again. Excuse me? Tszyu lost 3 out of 4 fights. Badly. In every way possible. Except quitting. He lost a decision to Sebastian Fundora. Then he got knocked out brutally, dropped 5 times, and beat up by Bakram Mataliev. Had a win against Joey Spencer, a low-level win, low-hanging fruit win. Then he fought the rematch with Fundora and got stopped in the 7th round, in the 9th round. So I said, Errol Spence, this fight needs to take place in the States. Their anticipation, the intrigue, the curiosity. American superstar boxer Errol Spence coming back after a 3-year layoff. That's huge. Needs to be in the States. You got numbnuts in the comment section talking about Errol Spence need to prove himself. Stop crying. You got an agenda. Agenda? What agenda do I have, you numbnuts? Boxing fans have the lowest IQ of all sports fans. What agenda do I have? Tszyu, Errol Spence lost 1 fight to the best fighter of his generation. Of his generation. Tszyu don't come close. His resume don't come close to Errol Spence's resume. Tszyu ain't never sell like Errol Spence has sold. Errol Spence got 1 loss to the greatest fighter of his era and his generation in Terrence Crawford, who Tszyu ducked, might I add. After Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence, he petitioned the WBO to fight Tszyu, and Tszyu ducked him to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman tore his bicep. Tszyu ended up fighting Sebastian Fundora, and he lost. And he got exposed. And when he fought his last fight, against Nurja, he fought in the ballroom. When is Tszyu headline a major pay-per-view card? I'll wait, because Errol Spence has done multiple of those. 300,000 in every pay-per-view he did, at the least. He did 350,000 with Mikey Garcia, 325,000 with Sean Porter, 325,000 with Danny Garcia, and 700,000 with Terrence Crawford. When does Tszyu come close to competing with Errol Spence as far as status goes? I'll wait. When does Tszyu beat any Hall of Famers, any legends, anybody, superstars for their title? I'll wait. Errol Spence went to the UK and beat Kell Brook in the UK for his IBF title, his first title opportunity. He defended it against Sean Porter, unified against Sean Porter. Stopped Yordenis Ugas in a unification. Suffered a horrific car accident and beat the brakes off of Danny Garcia, essentially retired Danny Garcia in his first fight back. When has Tszyu come close to doing that? Who has Tszyu beat? Yeah, he beat Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison is the shell of himself. When has Tszyu beat anybody the level of Lamont Peterson? I'll wait. So yeah, I'm complaining about it because Errol Spence is an American superstar and the anticipation for him coming back. And for the moron that said, oh, well, you got an agenda. Agenda? Yeah, I do have an agenda. For the American fighters to fight on their soil and represent their country, the black American fighters, like everybody else could do theirs. Yeah, for sure. I do got an agenda. You're right. You're absolutely right. Just diabolical. Oh, man, Errol Spence got to prove himself. Prove himself? Tszyu ain't prove himself. He fought a guy you never even heard of. And that's all I got. This is why I'm starting to dislike boxing, man. You fans are just, I can't even stomach the fans in the sport of boxing, man. I'm gone. Peace.